Hi, this side Janavi Singh,
This is Pranav,
and today we are going to have a light conversation about our soil journey. So, I know about Pranav quite well, but I would like you to introduce yourself to the audience a little bit.
Yeah. So I come from this place called Khammam. It's like 4 hours away from Hyderabad. And I did my UG in Amrita Vishwavidyapitham, specialized in electronics and communications engineering. And I did my UG in Kerala. And this is my first time here, this north of India, doing a MBA here. And currently I'm pursuing major in analytics. I feel that this north winters are like the best thing that I've experienced in a while right now.
Talking about myself, I am born in Bihar, brought up in Jamshedpur, and from there only I have completed my schooling. After that, I came to Delhi for my undergraduation in Bachelor's of Commerce, and currently I am pursuing my PGDM from SOIL Institute of Management. That's about myself.
Yeah, Janvi, how are things going on lately?
Currently, it's going good as I'm placed, but talking about 2-3 months back, it was quite a hectic schedule because classes was going on from 8 to 4, sometimes till 5, and after that we had to cope up with the extracurricular activities also, some kind of alum sessions, all these things. So it was quite hectic, but I think that was the moment which I'll remember, and it was a great experience which I'll always keep in my head.
Yeah, I completely agree. I feel like that's like the part of the process.
Yes.
Because I think the hectic schedule that we had in our entire first year, I feel like that was training us to be in the final moments of the placement where we have to manage classes and the placements as well. I think we just had our winter, the holidays break, 1 week of break that we finally got. And after all the schedule that we had, with the 1 week of free time, I practically had no idea what to do with it.
Exactly, and I was also missing college at that point of time. Although it's there's a lot of work we need to do, but that was keeping me involved. That was helping me in learning various things, and I felt like I am missing something. So I think that was that is something which I'll always miss about this place. Pranav, can you tell me about your first 2-3 months of experience when you joined SOIL?
Yeah, that's definitely something to remember because I was a late joinee to the SOIL. Like I was like a week or 10 days late to the usual batch, batch starting date. So I had tremendous amount of support from SOIL administration. I will never forget Dheeraj sir, because I know that I was coming late and I wanted a little bit of help from him, and he was like, to the point, he was like, he is ready to do anything on my behalf, like registering to the classes. Like I was having some personal problems, so it's I could not come right away to the orientation date. So he was helpful. He was submitting all my the documents that I needed to submit. I had all the help I needed, and when I finally arrived to the campus, I had like very minimal job that I need to manage. So that I cannot forget.
But I must say that you should have joined the orientation session because that was the time where we made friends.
Exactly.
That was the time where after our classes and a hectic schedule, we used to hang out. We used to go out, we used to explore the places nearby. So that was and I precisely remember that there was some of my friends whom I made during my first few months when I joined SOIL, and they are yet my friends, and I'm never going to, I mean, now I can't imagine my life without them. So that is one thing which I guess missing on it.
Yeah, but the friends I found along the way, I think I never had that sort of negative feeling that I missed something. But yeah, I understand that. When I want to know, because we have known each other for a while, I want to know what made you choose MBA in the first place.
There are some family members of mine who had done MBA previously, my uncles and a few of my other brothers and sisters. So the kind of talking they used to do when we used to sit together and have a family conversation, I think that I also wanted to be that person, that business talk they used to do.
The serious talk.
Yeah, the serious and the business talk, the news related, they were always, they knew everything about what is going around the globe. So from there, since my class 11th only, I decided that I'll be doing MBA in my future. And then I chose commerce, did my undergraduation also in BCom, and finally here. Obviously, you can do BTech. I've seen people from zoology, BTech, engineering.
I am fine.
Yes,
Yeah.
engineering background. So
Yeah.
that's not the fact. But talking about myself, I, since the very beginning, wanted to do an MBA. What about
Hi.
you being here?
Like I said, I did my BTech in Amrita in Kerala. So while I was working on like a very good project, my major project over there, my project mentor kind of suggested me, looking at how I handled the team and project as a whole. He suggested me that I got much better management skills than the rest of the people over there. So it was like, he suggested me to go for management studies, like have a open mind, this thing, that don't only stick to BTech, MTech or MS, the typical technical path. It was like be open to the management studies as well. So that kind of planted the seed of idea. And I always take his critical, like he always gives this critical feedback that was very enlightening. Like I'd never forget his feedback all over the time, because the entire fourth year of my UG over there, it kind of shaped my entire narrative, because the project that I worked, I now understand after doing the PGDM course, the MBA course, that that project that I have done over at the time could be done differently.
Yes.
Like the important things that I missed at the time, like whatever I'm like I said, BTech engineer. I'm an engineer at core, so I view things differently. So doing management studies, it kind of brought like people factor into it. So I wasn't able to give that much of weight of people factor into it, like how people interact with like a service or a product.
Yes.
I didn't know that before that much.
And also, a blend of design thinking would have
Exactly.
given you a complete different perspective from rest of the MBA peers from different schools.
That's one of the pulling factor with SOIL too, because when I've first seen SOIL as an institute, I was just going through their website, going through the course offered and everything, the details of it. And then I've seen design thinking
Yes.
along with the liberal arts. I was like, this is very unique. I was like, how is it going to go? But when I've seen the design thinking, I understand that this is something that we have to learn. Like I know that we'll be learning something like this in the career line, but the sooner we learn it, the better it is.
Yes.
So, and even if you remember the admissions process, we had a round of design thinking
Yes.
that we need to pass through.
Yes, exactly. There were 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Basic interview and GD rounds, but there was also a design thinking round, which after giving that round, I was like, did I do well? What was that? It was completely a new thing to me.
And there was like no constraint, like use paper, pen, pencil, whatever you want to do, chart.
You just had to be
Yeah.
creative.
Just create.
And you had to think out of the box. So yes. And now when the first time during my interview, when I use those products, and now when I apply those skills, design thinking skills, I think that what did I do at that point of time?
Exactly.
And it is a complete transformation which I have seen in myself as a person as well. So yes.
Yeah. And also after our internship, which was like, I got my internship here at Gurgaon. I was working as like research associate intern and at Benori. So the whole 2 months of internship was like beautiful. I learned a lot, research in primary research, secondary research, everything was perfectly
Yes.
there. And after the internship, while we were supposed to give our internship presentations and all,
Yes.
the first question they asked was, how did you use design thinking in your internship?
When I also joined my internship company, the first question was to introduce yourself, and the very second question was, what did you learn at SOIL regarding design thinking? And I could have never stopped, but then I gave a brief introduction about some of the projects which I did, and continued with that, and they told that I want you to implement this while you are doing the HR based projects. So it was a good experience again. Talking about my internship, I had previously done one internship during my undergraduation, but that point of time, the kind of work which I was assigned, I used to understand a very less aspect of it, and I was not able to deliver it quite well. But now after completing my 1 year of MBA and then doing a internship, I was able to give back to the company. I was able to do tasks which were assigned to me. I was able to understand what they actually are expecting from me. So this is something which you learn in MBA. This is something how you yourself, you wouldn't have imagined. And I was that person that I couldn't have imagined that I'll be this person only after 1 year. And the kind of projects like Excel, PowerPoint, what not.
Especially the projects are relevant, like you said, you're doing in HR. So the projects in the HR scope, not only touching typical standard HR traditional topics, but also the analytics part of it.
Yes, exactly. The analytics part of it. And as I am majoring in HR and minoring in marketing, there was no point I felt that I'm not well versed with the analytics part or with the finance part. Because we all know that during our first year, all the subjects are equally given importance, be it finance, marketing, HR, operations, analytics, everything was given equal time and equal marking. So I was able to apply all the knowledge. It was not that I was only able to give back to the company regarding the HR which I have learned or my specific job area. I was able to do the calculation, I was able to apply analytical part, I was able to do various tools, I was able to make dashboards and all these things. So I have learned a lot during these past few months.
And if I have to take important things from my first year here, I'll say there are 3 things. The first one being the president of Analytics Academy, Operations Research and Analytics Academy. So that is a very good responsibility that I was able to kind of handle it beautifully, if I kind of say it so myself, because the events that we did, the workshop that we conducted, the speakers that we brought, the industry network that we were able to kind of accumulate over time.
Yes.
I don't think I'll be having an opportunity to do something like this if I was not in an academy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like for people who don't know, like academy is like a student body thing that's governed
Exactly.
a special domain.
Yes, I'm also a part of HR Academy. So I know how beautifully we used to manage our academics as well as these AI weeks, yes, wherein we used to
Bring like industries.
industry exposure. We used to have a formal conversation with that. I couldn't imagine that I'll be able to pitch someone in such a better manner that they'll be convinced to come and they'll deliver their thought process and knowledge to the students out.
Just organizing an event of that
Yes.
scale gives like new exposure to we haven't seen it before.
And different kind of big brands which we used to convert used to feel like an achievement. So yes,
AI weeks were good.
yeah, AI weeks were also good, and not only about the academics part, about the cultural part also. I used to take participation in various other dance which was going around the college and all the comedy part which was taking place, because you can't miss upon that. Ultimately,
I mean, personally, I'm not much of a dancer myself, so. But yeah, like I was saying, the academy was like very important aspect of the first year, and the second one, like I was saying, was the Sidbari trip.
exactly. I can't
Yeah,
forget that.
and it was like beautiful. I wasn't expecting the trip to be so exciting and beautiful, because I understand that we were going to some sort of hilly area, and I was like, we will have fun over there, but it's like college organized event, so I was like keeping my excitement under check. But the way we were able to, we were given this freedom to go around the area, like explore the hills,
talk to the people
talk to the people, and especially they were kind of pushing us to go talk to the local villages.
Yes, exactly.
To understand them.
We used to see that they were also very welcoming.
Yeah.
They didn't think of it as some kind of random program, because it was so well structured that the local people were already in touch with our management and the professors out there, and they both already were sinking and they knew exactly what we were going to do next.
Yeah.
So it was not odd for the people also, although they were a complete new face to us, and we also thought that it is going to be a very random conversation, but somehow it became a very thoughtful conversation, and we were able to gather so much insights from them that what we are missing on life.
Especially the Chinmayananda mission, the activities that they're doing, the initiatives that they're taking lead over there.
And the women, like the community which we interacted with, the women out there were doing tremendous work. The self-help group,
Yeah.
and also they were, moving out of their comfort zone and sending their daughters, and not only their daughters, but anyone they felt that needed help, they were out there. And I heard the story from a woman. She was telling that we reduced the percentage of alcoholism and all these things in our community, yes, by doing some kind of yojana and all. So it was quite inspiring that yes, the women are
Yeah.
also, doing such great activities. Plus, they also told that their girl child, they send their girl child around 20-25 kilometers away. Every day they travel so far to study, and Chidna Mission was, helping them in pursuing their education. So all these things were giving me a thought to think a little bit beyond our academics journey, and in future, if I become a good, I stand in a good position, I also have to give
Yeah,
back to this
definitely. I think the Sidbari, the event altogether kind of brought like something beyond the usual corporate that you expect out of an MBA. Like we are on not only getting ready, getting prepared for the corporate life, but we need to bring some sort of social value out of it. We need to serve the community. We need to provide some value to it. It's not just making money, making profit, and just exiting the game. So that's like one of the important things that I'll remember. And the third one being the internship and how we were able to do it. I learned a lot. I'm still in touch with my manager from there. I feel like I don't think I'll be able to have these sort of connections if not I am in the place in Gurgaon studying from SOIL and getting an internship here. I think all these things are connected in a way that this had led me to have this sort of exposure.
Me being in first year, I'll say I was very introvert kind of a person who used to be afraid of public speaking, who used to talk less, who used to overthink a lot. But then when I met the professors out here who used to always motivate you to be vocal, to be open, to be mindful, every project, every subject which we have over here requires you to work in team. So that was one thing which I'll say that I learned. First thing, that yes, I have to be out there, I have to, and now I'm able to speak and I'm open. So that is the first thing. So second, talking about NGO which I visited. I was visiting a Essential Foundation where there were around 300 students, and yet few days back also I visited over there for one of my marketing related project, and most of the students knew my name and they were so excited.
Yeah.
And because we were also trying to give them a little beyond their academic knowledge. I used to talk to them about various aspects of life, how they can build their career in different domains and all these things, and that is what they remembered about me, that I was not that boring teacher who used to come on every Tuesday morning and give them lecture about their subjects, but I used to give them a whole knowledge about the world out there. So that was second thing, and I think that because of that NGO visit, I'll be surely doing something in my future.
Some volunteering.
Some volunteering, or maybe, God knows, I might open my own NGO. So that was the second thing. And third thing, I'll say that the kind of friends I've made here, and I'm going to take them along with me for the rest of my life. So less of an academic thing, but more of an exposure which I have got, were the most important 3 things which I'll take with me.
And the second year, coming into second year, we were like very focused.
Yes.
Placement season, be prepared.
Now we are the seniors.
And the seniors.
Yes, we have to guide to the juniors.
Exactly.
All these things.
Recruiting people for the academy.
And for that, you first need to prove yourself that yes,
You are made of substance. Before evaluating everybody else. And yeah, it was very hectic.
Now after getting placed, when juniors come and they talk to me that how did you do, what was your motivation and all these things, and I'm like, relax, just go with the process, just listen to what the professors are telling, just understand and be mindful, don't distract yourself much.
Exactly. This is one of the few things that I'll say that's good at SOIL. The senior junior interactions we had to. Like when we were in first year, the seniors helped us a lot. And even the alumni, before joining the college, a lot of people, whenever I text them, they are like very open. They are ready to clarify any doubts we have.
Yes, exactly.
The transition period was like very smooth. The fact that now that I'm a senior and when people are coming to me and asking what to do and the dilemmas and confusions, kaun sa major lena chahiye, like I was able to sit with them, talk through them. I was like, acha.
Because that legacy has
passed. Exactly.
SOIL always motivates the students in such a well manner that you have to pass that legacy of helping and guiding your juniors. Yet when I go to the CMS room, there are teachers asking me that, are you helping your seniors or you are placed and you're free? And I'm like, no, I'm helping. I'm giving them questions, but that what kind of questions were asked, and I guide them whenever they give me a text, and whenever I'm free, I just call them. I don't think that I don't feel like that I'm the senior and they should approach me. I approach myself, and that feels good. That gives me a sense of, belongingness to this place, that yes, I am giving back to what SOIL has given me. So
that was
that's
very
a
smooth.
good experience.
And without even skipping a bit, we were like, the company started coming and we were preparing for it.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was very arduous process.
In fact, when Mahindra came, I thought that I'm not prepared. I need guidance, and I approached to Pragya ma'am because she was my mentor, and she was like, you'll be able to do it. Don't stress much. Just have a good sleep. I know you have done well, and I know that you have you have worked very hard since these few years. So just relax, wake up tomorrow, have a good meal, and go and tell whatever you have learned in this past few months at SOIL. And I was like, this is not a cup of tea, and
especially since we are
yes, but I slept. I slept for around 4 to 5 hours that night, and that is the reason I was able to wake up fresh and gather my thoughts together and convey it to the interviewers, because it was a hectic round. We had to come to campus at 7 a.m. and after 6 p.m. we left the campus, because there were 3 rounds of interview plus a GD round, and after that again a case-based round. So it was quite a hectic round. But then Pragya ma'am's words were literally
echoing
that you need to be calm, you have worked hard, and you'll be able to, you just need to convey what you have learned. And I was like, okay, I'll do that. And literally when the other students were panicking and they were roaming around, I was just sitting and focusing on what all I have learned, and I was just gathering the thoughts, and that is what has helped me, I think. And I'm sure another girl who got selected with me at Mahindra, Shambhavi, she also did the same thing, but because we were discussing that what was your last day's preparation, and she was like, whatever Pragya ma'am told, because she was her mentor also.
Yeah.
And Vidya ma'am, obviously, she used to talk in such a tone that you will feel like that you don't know anything.
Like
that balance of Pragya ma'am being a supporter and Vidya ma'am pushing you to study. You don't know anything, and Pragya ma'am, you know everything. That balance was somewhere,
Yeah.
pushing me very hard to keep myself calm and just work hard. That is what is ultimately going to help you.
Yeah.
I think I'm yet overwhelmed by thinking about that day when my interview was going on.
Exactly. Yeah. Mine was not any different at all, because the Banas Dairy, when got the notification that they are coming for so and so operations, sustainability, and they like mentioned like 6 different roles that they are ready to offer. And I was kind of interested in the operations part because I'm majoring in operations and analytics. I can either go like hardcore operations role, or I can go in like an analytics role as well. And like my profile is good with either, and like I have strong set of skills for both of them. And the Banas Dairy ka interview day came, and I was like, I was ready for it, but I was also not ready, like the dilemma of it. And I had to learn a lot of new information about the dairy industry, who is Banas Dairy and what is Amul, and how does Amul and Banas Dairy come into picture, how do they work together, like all the new information that I had to study. And then I had to go through, because like we have been prepared in the serious sessions that we used to have, all the case studies, and all the frameworks that we use to assess companies and their growth and etc. And I was trying to have this crux of information on my tongue, literally, about how Banas Dairy is, what are the strengths, weaknesses, blah blah blah. And I was just going through everything, and the interview slot was given. I was just waiting for my slot. I'm calm, prepared, composed, but obviously it will still run behind the head. So, but my interview getting postponed, like after the next candidate, and I don't know.
The pressure was
yeah, the pressure.
building.
Yeah, pressure was back. It was building in the back. Like I'm not able to. I don't mind the interview being postponed. I'm getting a little more time to get prepare or just stay in focus.
But there is one point where you want to go and you want
Yeah, just get it done with. Yeah, get it done with, because I've prepared enough. I know that I am, and the interview getting postponed. I think they given the initial slot at 10 or something, 10:30 something, and the interview was later done at 3 o'clock. It was postponed till then every hour, and final the interviews there. They have completely covered everything from the technical domain to behavioral HR questions in a single interview.
Yes.
And
that dilemma when you have 2-3 days
exactly.
prior, yes, that should I attend the classes? Should I attend
Just skip it and prepare.
career development sessions? Should I talk to my mentor, or should I sit
Approach
alone?
everybody, serious mentor to domain operations.
Yes,
to
exactly. What should I, that dilemma, that what should I do? Should I sit alone at my home and start preparing about Mahindra AFS, and the next company, the very next company coming after that was Mahindra AFS. After that, a lot more process wherein I had already filled my form. So I was so confused, what should I do? But then there was one session about from one of the alums, and he told a very good line that don't ever try to miss any session before your interview. And I don't know why I heard that, and that kept on going on in my mind, and that gave me the strength to come and attend all the CDS sessions. I even took extra time. I went beyond my limit, and I talked to the seniors out there. They used to give me a text that currently I'm in office, can I call you after 9? Can I call you after 10? And that call used to come around 11 p.m. at night, and I used to pick up the call, and I'm like, these are the company which is coming. Do you have any questions related to it? Can you help me somewhere? And then I used to make a structure. I used to make different PDFs for different things going, like HR domain sessions, questionnaires, the various factors and the various methods which we have learned. What Pragya ma'am, Vidya ma'am, Neetu ma'am has taught us in our class. What our alums are telling. What is, like when I was preparing for Mahindra FS, everything about the Mahindra company from the day it has came into the work till the time, what all inventions they are doing. Another PDF for the CDS sessions which were going on. So I used to prepare different PDFs and I used to go through it every day. Even when there were 3 rounds of interview, even my first round of interview was over, I used to go back to those PDFs and I used to just
glance through
it. Then second round of interview, again I used to go and glance through it. And I think that helped me a lot because you need to keep a structure. You need to follow that structure. And that is why you're going to reach somewhere. That clutterness shouldn't come to your mind at last moment of preparation. And that is what I think is important. And I'm sure you must have also done that same.
Yeah. I've got my own notes and whatnot going through all the time.
Exactly.
But I feel like the opportunities that we have at hand right now. Now tell me, what do you hope your career path would look like after joining Mahindra?
First, I just want to complete my PGDM over here with my best scores and everything. And then whatever I've learned over here, I want to gather everything, go and give it back to the company. That these are the things which I have learned, and I want you to teach me what else you want me to perform over here. And then again I'll learn, because learning is something which is going to continue, and that is only going to take you somewhere in your life. So I'll learn over there what they're expecting me to give back. I'll perform that, and after that, once I'll reach somewhere in my life where I'll think that yes, I have gotten enough for myself, I would like to give back to the society. Because this is what I have learned here.
Personally, I think the role I'd be getting, so I think I might be getting proper role in the analytics department. So I might have to, I did not receive like official information yet, but I might have to work with the cloud as well as the SAP components of the company. I think hopefully it's like managing the entire supply chain of it. So I'll have to learn a lot because obviously these are all the new systems, these are all industrial scale systems that they're using. I think the first part of my Banasga journey would be like sitting and studying all the things that I needed to and get like understanding their systems, because only then I'll be able to deliver value to them. Like later on I want to become an expert, because now that I've invested this much amount of time and this thing on it to study, I'd like to become an expert over it so that I'll be able to kind of showcase it in future plans. So I feel like now that we have lived in soil enough, I feel like we need to, it's our responsibility to guide new people who are coming, like new joinees or the first years. So I feel like we should talk about how we should be helping them out. Like, what are the few things that do you think people should keep in mind while they're applying to soil?
First thing, they need to be mentally prepared that yes, this is a completely new transformation which they are going to see in their life. Especially, do they want to pursue the design thinking part as well, because that is a need of the time, that is the demand of the time. Big companies like Netflix and Google, all these companies are very much focused towards the design thinking part. So I think that they need to research a little bit about it, because I'm sure that this is going to intrigue excitement in them, and that will help them in joining SOIL. So that is the first thing, a good research about what is design thinking, what are the subjects which will be taught here, and are they able to align their future with that or not. Second, they should be at least keep one specialization in their mind, what they want to pursue.
Yeah.
Whether it be finance, HR,
like preliminary decision.
Yeah.
Not the final one?
Not the final
Just
one.
Keep,
yes. Yeah. Not the final one, because obviously when during our first year, you will be taught all the subjects and there will be a change of mind.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Obviously the demands are changing as it is.
Like we have seen people in our batch come back from internship and change their electives and majors.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In fact, I also took another minor. I was very sure about my majors, but I changed my minor when I came back to SOIL, because I thought that my interests are more inclined towards that. So that is the first thing, that you need to have a thorough knowledge about what SOIL is. And then second is that they should have a thought in their mind what they want to pursue, and then they can obviously come back to the campus and they'll get to know that what is the demand plus what are their thoughts, that are they both combining together or not. And third, I'll say that it is a good place. I'll say it is a good place. You will learn a lot of things.
Like if you ask me though, the first thing, like I've seen like enough juniors complain about how they were not expecting MBA this hectic. Like they don't have time at all. Like I want people coming to join SOIL be mentally prepared that you will be like in a rigorous curriculum. So you have to be mentally prepared for that. You'll be having classes, projects, assignments, tests, and everything all along the way. And the second, like you said about the major and minor, having like basic preliminary decision, I think that's like a good way to go around. Like
Figure out what
yeah.
you want to do in life.
Exactly, because I think based on our own profiles that we have something in mind, like you come from BCom, so you have something in mind, like if I'm doing HR, I should have these sort of things done, like certifications or like whatever it is.
Yeah,
So
certification.
me coming from like a tech background, like I'm from BTech, so I have like natural inclination towards analytics. So I obviously chose analytics because I have a little passion for it. So I feel like I provide more value in it. So I have my own profile set.
And I would give one suggestion to talk to the people who have done MBA already.
Yeah.
Because when I was deciding that what I should do, although I was mentally prepared that I have to do MBA, but then there are some times when you want to think again about your process, because you are going to invest some amount financially and time also. So you need to talk to someone who has done MBA or who is doing MBA.
Exactly.
Because that is those people are the one who is going to give you true insights about MBA.
And also, like a lot of people were asking me, like, if you remember, we academies were supposed to give like a small briefing introduction to our first year juniors, showcasing like what academies are, how you should get in, and what are the things you will be expected out of them and whatnot, all these things. So after the session, after the briefing, a lot of people came to me and asked like they don't have BTech background and would they be okay if they chose analytics as their major? Because they know that like they don't have that much inclination towards mathematics or the analytics part of a software, Python coding and all these sort of things. So they were concerned whether they would be able to like do it or not. So I was able to kind of give an example. Like there are a lot of my friends who are like coming from non-tech background. They chose analytics as a major and they absolutely scored like very good marks in all the GPAs, and they're half of them, more than half of them are like placed in hardcore analytics roles right now. I mean,
I've seen few of my friends, obviously BTech and BCom are something in common which most of the people are doing, and after that they mostly want to do MBA. But people from zoology, people from completely like air hostesses. There are few friends of mine who have done air hostesses in their previous culture and they are currently doing their MBA. So that is another aspect, that MBA is something which accepts everyone. So that is second career option. After that, people are doing MBA. Third, I have seen many people doing 3 to 4 years of government preparation, and after that they thought that they need a different career. So there are friends who did 4 to 5 years of government examination preparation and they came to SOIL and they have badged a very good placement in spite having that fight for those 3 to 4 years and figuring out that what they want to do in future, and they are very well placed over here. It is not going to judge you from your past, but it is going to see your current hard work and see your current motivation level, that are you ready for the upcoming world, leaving your past behind. So I think that's all about my SOIL journey. And
the same, that's all about my SOIL journey as well. I think we had like very different unique experiences, but at the underlying aspects of it were very similar. Like we kind of had a great help from our professors, very good CDS sessions, very good placement team, the opportunities we got, whether it's internship or placement. So I feel like we had like a very good year, and I'm sure that after leaving from here I'll be missing the campus.
yes, I
And
surely agree with that. We will be missing on that aspect.
yeah.